Hello and welcome back. As you can see, today we are going to be doing rabbits. A rabbit. Toast, in particular. This is Toast. If you didn't know, if you take a name tag and you name a rabbit Toast, it will change the color of the rabbit to be like this. And this is based off of a rabbit that one of the developers owned. So then this is what our version of Toast is going to end up looking like. In order to make toast, these are the ingredients that you're going to need. You're going to need 17 diorite, 107 white concrete, 50 black concrete, 54 black wool, 127 white wool, 1 dark oak door, 1 pink terracotta, 2 gray concrete, 2 gray wool, 3 light gray concrete, 3 light gray wool, and 3 ladders. And then you're also going to need a flooring of your choice, so that's why there's a dark oak plank there for me. And this right here is your aerial view of the blueprint that we are going to make, so you have an idea of how much space you're going to need. For layer 1, we are going to start in the leftmost forward corner over here, and we're going to start with 4 pieces of diorite, and then over here with 4 more pieces of diorite. Then here, this is the hind foot. We're going to place 2 pieces of diorite, 1 piece here, 1 piece of white concrete, 2 pieces of white concrete behind that, and then filling in with the black concrete. Over on this side, this is actually the tail of Toast, and we're going to use diorite here for those 3. And then on this hind leg, black concrete, black concrete, black concrete, 2 white concrete, 1 white concrete, 1 diorite, and then 2 pieces of diorite there. And then for here, the belly, we're going to place black concrete there and black concrete there, and then our dark oak door will go here. So you're going to want to swap out this blueprint block for whatever flooring block you are planning to use. And once you have your flooring down, you're also going to want to place a piece of ladder, because this is how we will get up into the main part of the build once it is done. And this is what your aerial view of layer 1 will look like. For layer 2, we're going to start here in this corner with a white wool, 3 pieces of white concrete, and then a white wool in that corner with 3 pieces of white concrete. On this hind leg, we're going to skip 1 and 2, and we're going to start here on the solid white concrete. We're going to place 2 white concrete, and then we're going to fill this leg in with more black concrete. On the tail, we're going to place 3 pieces of white wool. Here we're going to do 6 pieces of the black concrete and 2 pieces of white concrete. And then over here on the belly, we are going to do 2 pieces of black concrete and our ladder. And that is your aerial view of layer 2. On layer 3, we're going to start with the white wool in this corner. We're going to shadow the leg with the white concrete, and then we're going to do the same on this leg. With the white concrete. So you'll notice that we're trying to create shadowing with the white concrete because it's a little bit of a darker white than the white wool. Oh, then here on the hind leg, first you're going to place a white concrete. You might even want to jump up here, and then we're going to place 1 white concrete that overhangs on the foot here. And then you're going to place 2 more pieces of white concrete on this leg. From here, you want to place 1 piece of black wool, and then fill in these other 5 spaces with black concrete. And on the tail, we're going to use 3 pieces of black wool. So here we're doing our black concrete, 1 black wool, and 4 pieces of white concrete. Now across here we are actually going to connect with some white concrete. We're starting to create the underside of the rabbit. And you also want to place 2 more black concrete here. And your last ladder will go there. And this is your aerial view of layer 3. For layer 4, we're going to start in the same way. White wool, 3 pieces of white concrete. White wool, 3 pieces of white concrete. Now crossing over, you're going to want to place 1 piece of white concrete here, and then 1 more coming closer to you, and 1 piece coming out going in that direction, and we'll fill it in on the other side. Right here, we are going to place a white wool, 2 black wool, and a black concrete. And then we're going to take this black concrete all the way across to this corner here, and that completes the tail portion of Toast the Bunny, the rabbit. From here you need 2 pieces of black wool, 1 piece of white wool, and 2 pieces of white concrete. And then we want to connect across the belly with the white concrete. And this is what your layer 4 should look like. On layer 5, we're starting in this corner with the white wool, and then we are going to take the white concrete and go across 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 1 white wool. Then we're going to use 3 pieces of white concrete, 2 pieces of white wool, and 3 pieces of black wool. And that should end you in the corner back here. And now we're going to take the black wool all the way across to the other side. And going back in this direction, you need 2 more pieces of black wool, 2 pieces of white wool, 3 white concrete, and that should connect you with the white wool from the very beginning. Now from here we want to fill in this 2 wide gap with white concrete. And this is what your aerial view should look like for layer 5. For layer 6, we are actually going to go start in the back so that we can start working on a stair step pattern that we have there that creates the back of the rabbit. So we're going to skip this one here and place our first piece of black wool right here, creating the new corner for layer 6. And you can go ahead and take this all the way across. And then turning back towards the front here, you're going to place 1 piece of black wool, 3 pieces of white wool, 2 white concrete, 1 white wool, and 1 white concrete that hangs over. Across the front, we are just going to take this white concrete all the way across. We're kind of creating the chest piece of this rabbit. And here you're going to place 1 white wool, 2 white concrete, 3 white wool, and 1 black wool. And your layer 6 should look like this. For layer 7, we are back here in the back again. We're going to skip that corner piece and make our new corner 1 in. And then we're going to take our black wool all the way across again. Once you've made it over here to this side, we are going to actually take it back and do a row of white wool across the back. And then go back over here. And we're going to start working our way back towards the front of the rabbit. You're going to place 3 pieces of white wool, 1 piece of white concrete, 2 pieces of white wool, and 1 piece of white concrete. And now we're going to take that concrete all the way across. From here you need 2 white wool, 1 white concrete, and 3 white wool. And this is what your layer 7 should look like. On layer 8, we are actually skipping 2 rows, this black wool and this white wool, and we're going to place our first block here on the 3rd one via a white wool. We're going to take this white wool all the way across the back. Moving our way back towards the front here, we're going to place 6 more pieces of white wool. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you want to place a temporary block and a white concrete off of that temporary block. And you can get rid of this one now. From this white concrete, we're going to start building out the head. You're going to take this out 2 more blocks of white concrete. Then you're going to turn and do 4 more blocks of white concrete. And 4. And now we want to bring this back towards the body with 2 blocks of white concrete. And that should stair-step kind of connect there. And go ahead and fill in this gap with 6 pieces of white concrete. Then on this corner, we're going to just fill in the rest of this side with white wool. And this is what your aerial view of layer 8 should look like. For layer 9, we should be able to work from this bottom left corner once again. It should work out just fine and not be confusing. So go ahead and start with a white wool here and there. And then you'll want a temporary block and place your pink terracotta coming off of that. You can leave the white wool if you want to make it the same texture on the inside of your build. That is up to you. Or this is also a great space for like a sea lantern or a barrel, some storage, that kind of thing. So after the temporary block, you'll place 2 more white pieces of wool. Here we have 2 pieces of white wool, and over on this corner we're going to go with 6 pieces of white wool. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we should still get that stair stepping that we need to make the back kind of rounded. Go ahead and take this all the way across the back with white wool. We're also going to add a second row of white wool on this part of the back. And then we will take white wool 4 more here and 2 more pieces there. So most of that layer is white wool. And that is what your layer 9 should look like. For layer 10, we are going to start in this corner with black wool. And then right here we're going to place a gray concrete, then a white wool, a gray concrete, and a black wool. On the side of the head here we're going to place 2 more pieces of black wool, and then we're going to follow up with a piece of black concrete just behind. And then diagonally from here we're going to place a white wool. We are leaving this space with nothing on it. It creates a kind of shoulder to the rabbit and gives the head the look that we need it to have, so it doesn't like sit outside of the shoulder too much like the fox's does. From here we're going to add 2 more pieces of white wool. We're actually going to fill in the back here with white wool. And then we just have this space left to do. You'll place your black concrete and your 2 pieces of black wool. So this is what your layer 10 should look like. For layer 11, we are going to be finishing off the head of the rabbit. We're going to start with a black wool, and then a gray wool, a white wool, a gray wool, and then a black wool. Over here, we're going to place 2 more pieces of black wool, 1 black concrete. Then we are going to come off the side of the black concrete with 3 pieces of white wool, 1 black concrete, and 2 black wool. Then here on the inside, you're going to fill this in with white wool. And this is what your layer 11 will look like. For layers 12, 13, 14, and 15, we are just building up the ears, so we're going to do them 1 ear at a time instead of layer by layer. We're going to skip this black concrete corner, move forward to this black wool, and place 1 more black wool, and then a light gray concrete, a black wool, a light gray wool, a black wool, a light gray concrete, and then 2 white wool. On this side, we're going to use black wool, a light gray wool, black wool, a light gray concrete, black wool, a light gray wool, and then 2 white wool. And that will finish off Toast the rabbit. Okay, and now both of the builds are decorated, so let's go check out what I did on the inside. For the original Toast over here, I built a small little studio apartment for 2. Right here, when you first come in, there's actually some storage so you can dump your stuff and run. Got a little bit of a fridge, kitchen, a little closet area for both of you, place to sit and watch your TV, your work tables, and then up here are 2 beds with lots of storage. Then for Toast number 2, things took a little bit of a darker turn. These guys are hermits. They live out in the middle of the woods, and they spend all their days processing rabbits. So you can come and you can shop in their leather store. It's only the finest leather. You will never find any leather that is softer than this. And they've got all of the rabbit goods you could possibly want in here. And that's gonna be it. What did you guys think? Did you love this build? I personally loved it. I really liked being able to work on Toast, and I kind of think the leather shop is really funny. Let me know in the comments below. What did you like? What did you not like? And we'll see you tomorrow.